Let's get into some Lions news before the Lions and Dolphins play tomorrow in their preseason game. We're going to go over injury news here. We're going to give Jared Goff speaking on the Lions offense, the Sonic and Knuckles duo, and more. Let's get this thing started right now. Great sign has been occurring in training camp, and this was reaffirmed by Jared Goff, the play on the field, Dan Campbell, and our own eyes, and that is that Tate Ratledge is really starting to perform well on the field, especially in the last couple of practices. Dan Campbell spoke, says, Tate Ratledge, though, looked like a starting NFL guard yesterday, which fires me up, Campbell said on Thursday. So it's early, that's step one, but the kid's getting better. Let's continue on. It says, you watch him get protection. Some of the ways that he was able to pass to anticipate was pretty good for a young guy. Campbell elaborated, I just thought he and Penei Sewell were working at a high level in some of these combination blocks, and it looked like the game slowed down for him a little bit yesterday. And it's early, but the step in the right direction, certainly. That is what we're starting to see now, is the offensive line is starting to gel, and that is great, great, great news for the Lions. That's what we need to have happen if you want this offense to continue to be a dominant offense, to be an offense that smokes teams and continues to put up 33.2 points per game. That's what we did last year. Got to have that offensive line to be legit. Now, I don't know if we're going to get the same amount of points, right, we did last year, how the offense is going to be. But we still want to have that elite offense, right? We still want to have a scary offense, and it goes with the offensive line. Taylor Decker is back from injury. Tate Ratledge is getting more time. Mahogany's been dominant. Graham Glasgow's looks good. The offensive line is starting to gel. Just needs to continue to do that, get more reps for the young rookie. So week one, we can start out a dominant team against the Green Bay Packers and start our win streak. Folks, we're going to be live for the game on Saturday. Sorry about that. I'll be live at noon. The game starts at 1 p.m. Make sure you come on down here and enjoy the fun time. We'll be live. Again, Jared Goff spoke about Tate Ratledge joint practice. About Tate, he says, always great to get some new jerseys out there, some of these new teams against. Talking about going against the Dolphins, and you're getting annoyed by your own defense. I told them we're excited. Getting Decker's back, been massive, been able to protect a little bit better. As camp goes on, you want these things to start happening more often. I was able to hit some of those over the top this week, and it felt good, talking about Jameson Williams. I think things started to get a little bit standards 2 days in a row. That doesn't mean we're there yet. There's stuff to work on, but plenty, and plays like that, having it back. The communication from the back seven has been really impressive. They're doing a good job at making life more difficult for him. The Lions, talking about Mahogany and talking about Tate Ratledge, says they're doing great. Tate's maturity has been impressive these last 2 days. It's just been big for him. Talking about everything coming in with this offensive line. You can listen to it on 97.1 The Ticket. The Lions' offensive line is getting better. That's why you're seeing the big plays. The Jameson Williams 50 yards. St. Brown cooking the Miami Dolphins secondary because the offensive line is holding. Now, it's not there yet. It's going to take a little bit of time for all these things to gel and everything to come together, but it will occur in my opinion. Lions tight end will miss a little bit of time. Sam LaPorta. Per Dan Campbell, he'll be down. Campbell said it's not major, but he'll miss a little bit of time. It sucks that he's going to miss time. Sam LaPorta has been absolutely amazing in training camp. He can miss time, and it's not going to affect the offense. He will be ready for week one for the Green Bay Packers. So that's when it all really matters. He's been cooking in training camp. There is nothing that has slowed him down, and I fully expect if he misses a couple of practices that's not going to do any harm to his game whatsoever. They're going to be precautious, as they should be. Remember, last year, Sam LaPorta was dinged up for the beginning of this season as well. He had a little bit of slow start. He was dinged up all in training camp. The Lions are very cognizant of that, of what occurred last year, plus year 3 for the tight end. And he has been doing everything and more in training camp. So they're just going to go ahead and relax him for a little bit until he is good to go. And definitely will occur before week 1, so it's nothing serious. That is a good thing. Injuries suck. And so far, not so bad. It started off with Levi Onwuzurike and Joshua Pascal. But knock on wood, it's been quite better than the start of last year. We're going to be live for the game on Saturday. I'll be live at noon, but the game starts at 1 p.m. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Lions are predicted to cut ties with wide receiver Dominic Lovett, and this is what Colton Pouncey from the Athletic says. The idea of keeping a late-round developmental slot receiver sounds good until you realize Isaiah Williams was a similar position last year, and he was a healthy scratch before eventually getting waived. Lovett is a chance to play his way back into the mix, but I'm factoring in the missed time, Pouncey wrote, and I think it's possible he doesn't make the team. It just depends. Do they go 5 or 6? If they decide to go 5, I can see him being on the practice squad, getting that there, or potentially could get picked up. I don't know if that would be the case. Probably not. And the Lions may think that when they do the late cuts for their teams, it's, who potentially could make it back to the practice squad. I'm sure there's teams out there that need wide receivers, but there's a lot of good wide receivers out there. So if the Lions decide to just go a 5, I think if the Lions cut Lovett, he'd make the practice squad, and then it would be probably after this year he have a real chance to make the team, because you'd think by after this year, Khalif Raymond then would be expendable, because I think this is Khalif Raymond's probably last year in Detroit. Same with Tim Patrick, but we know that his replacement is Isaac Tesla, so not bad right there. Jared Goff, and everybody is talking bad of his play and the coordinators and everything. I have a different take on this. But the Lions coordinators here, and you can read the ESPN article. I don't even really want to read into it. I just want to give you my take. I actually think that Shep is going to be a net positive in regards to the defense. I think the defense is going to get better. To be honest with you, I think the defense is going to be a top 3 defense in the NFL this year if they stay healthy. It's only going to get better, too, because Pascal eventually will, he may miss a couple weeks. He'll come in, and then Ali McNeil, the most important part of our defense, will be coming back. Defense, I think, is going to be absolutely amazing this year. With Shep and the players, the defense could take a step in a positive direction. For the offense, if they can protect Jared Goff, what makes you think that it's not going to be the same? I mean, we still got the same players relative to the offensive line. Obviously we got some different players there. But actually, Tesla is better than Tim Patrick. We're going to use Sonic and Knuckles in a 2-back set. So if the Lions' offensive line is really good, like it has been, this offense could be really good, even with Morton as the OC. And this offense it may not be as great as last year, because last year was kind of historic, but it could be still one of the best offenses in football. So I think they're going to be fine. The offense, maybe it take a little bit more time, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm really not that concerned because we still got really good players on the offense. Special teams right now is probably the most concerned that I'm looking at of all. They've shown the worst so far. So many flags and fumbles and missed tackles. They're the ones that I'm right now on the three phases I'm concerned about. I know it's annoying, but we're going to be live tomorrow. We'll be live at noon, but the game starts at good old 1 p.m., so make sure you come on down. Jared Goff speaking about Sonic and Knuckles. They were working on how many different ways we can use them. Speaking to NBC Sports, Soft League has built these guys on the field. It's a good thing. Finding creative ways is hard. That's the challenge upstairs for those guys, but they're doing a good job and figuring it out. You don't ever want to take either of them on the field. We're trying to find ways to throw it to them and have them on the block, then throw it to the other guy and the other one block, hand it to one of them and the other one have fun. Those two are good. Lions are going to be, I think, can even be more explosive offensively with the talent because having those two on the field. This is something that I wanted from this offense since we had Jahmyr Gibbs, and we're finally seeing the two-back set. I'm really excited to see that. Lions are predicted to go to the Super Bowl. And I heard this on CBS Sports HQ, and this was on Good Morning Football from Aaron Schatz, as I'm hoping this is not just wish fulfillment because I would love to see these two fan bases get there, but I'm hoping for Bills and the Lions because I think that the Ravens are a little bit better than the Bills, but the Bills have the easier schedule, especially the game with the Ravens. That Buffalo is going to be so important in the field for home in the AFC. I think that the Lions are going to overcome the loss of two coordinators and better health on defense. I would love that. And CBS Sports HQ had the Lions and Ravens in the Super Bowl. I hope the Lions make the Super Bowl. That would be great. And, man, we all want that. We all want that, folks. We all want that. What do you think? Do you think the Lions going to make the Super Bowl? Give me your thoughts in the comments below. With that said, folks, adios.